We live in a world that rewards constant productivity, constant availability, and constant comparison. So it's not surprising that anxiety feels common. As more people are being diagnosed, it's worth asking, what is anxiety actually? Clinically, anxiety refers to a persistent feeling of apprehension without any specific threat. That's also what makes anxiety different from stress or panic. Stress is usually about something specific, like exam or deadlines. Panic is sudden and intense. Anxiety is that ongoing sense that something might be wrong, even when nothing obvious is happening. People with anxiety often describe things like feeling helpless, having difficulty in concentration, being more irritable, or struggling with sleep. Something I really want to emphasize here is that anxiety is not only in your head, it shows up in your body too. People with anxiety can experience things like gastrointestinal issues, muscle tension, excessive sweating, fast or shallow breathing, a racing heart, nausea, and dry mouth. What's happening is that your body is responding as if there is a threat. Your nervous system shifts into fight or flight mode, increasing heart rate, changing breathing, and slowing digestion even when there isn't a clear danger in front of you. So, what actually causes anxiety disorder? Everyone's experience of anxiety is different because anxiety usually develops from multiple factors interacting over time, not a single cause. Life experiences matter, especially trauma, long-term stress, or chronic pressure. Experiences earlier in life can have a particular strong impact on how the nervous system responds to stress later on. There's also a genetic component. If anxiety runs in your family, your baseline risk can be higher, sometimes called anxiety sensitivity, though that doesn't mean anxiety is guaranteed. Your current life situation matters too. Ongoing stress, uncertainty, academic pressure, financial difficulties, or major life changes can all trigger or worsen anxiety. Medical factors matters as well. Chronic pain, health condition, substance use or withdrawal, and even some medication can increase anxiety symptoms. So, anxiety can come from many different places and show up in many different ways, which naturally leads to a bigger question. What actually happens in the brain when you're anxious? In anxiety disorder, the body is essentially stuck in fight or flight mode, meaning the sympathetic nervous system stays active, even when the actual threat level is low. One key player here is norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter involved in alertness and arousal. In anxiety, this system can be overactive in situations that objectively shouldn't feel dangerous. A brainstem region called the locus coeruleus, which helps regulate arousal and stress responses, become more reactive than it needs to be. At the same time, the systems that usually help calm things down aren't regulating as effectively. Inhibitory signals like GABA and regulatory systems involving serotonin may not balancing the stress response properly. So instead of a balanced signal, your brain ends up amplifying danger. This part is actually fascinating. From an evolutionary perspective, anxiety isn't useless. The false alarm theory suggests that it's safer for the brain to react to hundreds of false threats than to miss the one real danger that could be life-threatening. So, being a little more anxious may have actually been adaptive. It helped our ancestors stay alive. The problem is that our environment has changed, but our brains haven't. So, the same alarm system gets triggered by the things that stress us, like constant emails, assignment deadlines, social pressure from social media, and uncertainty about the future. So, the issue is that the alarm is going off too often and for the wrong kinds of threats. One last thing I really want to emphasize is that when anxiety disorder isn't addressed, it doesn't always just fade away on its own. Untreated anxiety disorder can become chronic, meaning it can persist over time and start affecting multiple areas of life like sleep, concentration, relationships, and overall well-being. Some major types include panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, social anxiety disorder, specific phobias, trauma, and stressor-related disorders. This condition often overlap in symptoms, but the core fear and pattern behind them are different. Different patterns of anxiety disorder often needed different approaches to treatment. One key reason anxiety disorder become chronic is avoidance. Avoidance can feel relieving in short term, but over time, it actually teaches the brain the situation was dangerous. Slowly, the brain starts labeling more and more things as threats. If anxiety has been affecting your life for a long time or feels harder to manage, you don't have to go through it alone. Anxiety is treatable, and getting help can make a real difference. Reaching out to a healthcare professional isn't a weakness, but it's a step forward taking care of yourself.